Eddie. It's Tommy Davidson.
Ew!
Welcome,
That's what I'm talking about. My brother.
The one and only Tommy Davidson, legendary comic, actor, comedian, everything under the sun that you can talk about. We've been singing your praises off air, Tommy, for and some on air too.
Yeah.
Of how amazing your career has been, and it just keeps blossoming more. You're on tour right now with Cat Williams, right?
Yeah, that's going really good. It's going really, really good. Thank you guys, man.
Dude, absolutely.
Good looking out,
dude,
man.
thank you, brother.
Well, you a funny dude, bro.
Yeah, we love everything. Exactly.
Always had me crying, bro. Listen, I got to ask this because I met you at Sirius XM, and when you saw me, you told me I look like Eddie Levert. You remember that?
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And then you guys start singing some OJ songs?
Yeah, I was singing Sunshine and all that.
Okay.
Nice.
You're the sweetest thing I know. Yeah. Yeah, you're a funny dude, man. I love you, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
man, thank you guys, man. A lot of love, man. A lot of love. Thank you.
No, absolutely. Dude, Tommy.
I've been really serious about funny for a long time.
Damn right. Absolutely. One of the actual...
One of the most serious things I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, we were talking about this before. You, Tommy, first off, I got to know you from In Living Color, of course. I do have to answer this question. Now, by the way, did you know how groundbreaking In Living Color was while doing In Living Color?
Yeah, we did. Well, because it didn't get picked up at first. You know, when we did the show, we waited around for 6 months to see if we was going to get picked up.
Really?
And we knew what we did. So we were, and once we walked into the final cast, to the room, and we saw each other for the first time, who we picked to do the show.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, "Oh my God, it's over! It's over!" Because I knew Dave from the clubs, and I knew Jim from the clubs. They all knew me. The people who came from Second City, we had all heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew it was curtains. It was like putting together the 77 Steelers or something.
Nice. Because the reason why I bring up In Living Color as the thing because that's what opened my knowledge of you and everything that you do, and you were like one of the longest reigning cast members on that show because you stayed through everybody that was there. You were there when Jim Carrey was a nobody, quite frankly, and he started building his stuff.
Right.
And then what the hell is Jamie Foxx? Another one, Jennifer Lopez. Yeah,
David joined us. Yeah, Jamie came in like year 3 or something.
Yeah. And it's but it was a show that stood the test of time because it was like the anti SNL. And I was saying this before because you guys first off did it in prime time, which was amazing on Fox, which was a fledgling station still at that time. It wasn't like a huge big effing deal at that point. You had that, and then like the show we were talking about how like the show Fridays on ABC was a failure. Nobody was trying to come.
You remember who was?
Yeah, nobody was coming for that crown.
You know, Mike.
You guys came for the crown.
Oh, we came to get it, and we got it.
Yeah.
You know, and we had watched Saturday Night Live all our lives, and we knew that it was corny. You know what I mean? Not corny, but it had its moments, but it wasn't make you stand up and talk, make you stand up in your living room or lay down crying, laughing, or talking about it for weeks straight.
Dude, we're still talking about
it. Going, oh my God,
yeah. We were running over. We were laughing at shit that you did. Now what is it? 30 years ago now.
Yeah.
We're still laughing.
To me, you're a bad man when you can go on someone else's show and make a character on someone else's show legendary. Yeah. When you did Varnell Hill and Martin, forget it, bro. I tell you, you know what? I know it's a lot to ask, brother, but you got to do this song for them, bro. They're not up on it.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll do it. Another room because I do it. I got to walk in another room because that song ain't no joke.
Yeah.
Right.
So hold on. Yeah, that song, you got to sing that in order for it to even work. So hold on a second with that one.
Here we go.
Positioned here.
We're talking to Tommy Davidson, by the way, here on the Ham Radio Show. He's preparing to give us a performance, as per Ricky's request.
I'm gonna. I can't. How about that? Yeah. Well, let me see. All right. Get on outside here. All right. Let's see here. All right. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And I'm in a not a Quaker place. What are the other cats that aren't Quakers?
Amish.
What are they called?
The Amish.
Yeah. I'm in an Amish Airbnb. So.
Oh.
Wow.
So just, you know, I can hear the call to the police station now. You know, that guy's singing. You know, in front of a house. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's simple. Who can take the children down to my knees? Down to my knees. Barnell man can. Did you miss me?
Round of applause for Tommy Davidson on that one. He's at an Amish B&B and he just performed. He just burnt the barn down. All right, that's what he just did.
Yeah. What's the one
or
with
Dairy Farm?
What's the one when you were up on the stage and stuff and you were performing and then you do that Varnell Hill, the opening for the Varnell Hill show?
Oh my God!
Oh, that shit had me crying, bro.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
You got a catch. And all that. And I did it in the highest key you can imagine.
Yeah. Yo, you gotta hear that one, man. Shaboing boing.
Shaboing boing.
Shaboing boing. Shaboing boing.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I was saying it before. The best Sammy Davis is Tommy Davidson because the shaboing boing is all you have to do.
Yeah.
And you know it's Sam.
Yeah.
Shaboing boing.
Yo, I learned how to do.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I learned to do what's my man from the Doobie Brothers?
Oh, McDonald.
McDonald. I learned to do Michael McDonald listening to him.
That's right.
Listen to Tommy Davidson. Yeah.
Give Tommy Davidson some Michael McDonald. Good. When it's about to radiant long ago, just had a proof on straight and off that the creating love will be created. Falling in the suit, wrong is inside, upon nostalgia's head. Yeah, that I got that. Listen to you, brother.
I like that.
Shaboing boing.
I like that. And Anna Shaboing.
Yeah,
Shaboing 202.
Yeah, I literally now that's going to be stuck in my head all fucking day. Though.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, hey, Mom, pass the peas. Shaboing boing.
Boing, boing.
Shaboing boing. All right. So besides,
Boing, boing, boing.
I know I don't have you for a long time, Tommy. So let me, because another thing that I have to ask you about, because I love late night talk shows.
Oh yeah.
I got to talk to you about this. One of the biggest debacles in the history of late night talk shows was the Magic Hour. Okay. They bring, they bring you in later God damn it, you saved the show. There was no show. You literally, you ask anybody around. First off, I would have loved to have been at the meeting when someone said, you know who should host our late night show? Magic fucking Johnson. That's the guy. That's the one. He's going to bring in the kids.
Well,
what?
At that time, everybody got a talk show.
Really?
I know, but the thing was, so there's a long story behind all of this, but I'm not going to go into it. But the fact of the matter is, they bring in Tommy Davidson to be the quote-unquote the sidekick. Mm-hmm. But meanwhile, Tommy Davidson saves the show because after a while, they just pushed Magic to the side. Yeah. And it became like the Magic Hour starring Tommy Davidson. And you should have had the late night show. That's the thing I don't understand. Like when you have that right there. Why not give it to Tommy Davidson? The guy's a freaking shaboing boing. That's all he has to do.
Yeah, that's the moral of the story. See, what happened was Magic needed that help, right?
Yeah.
But Magic is used to athletics. You know what I mean? So he's like, I gotta win. I gotta win. I gotta win. But he was going to win in the long run because if it goes in syndication, he's got millions and millions coming.
That's so.
He wins.
Yeah.
So all he had to do was give me the seat and just say, call it the Magic Hour. It probably would still be on.
Dude, it totally would. And it was amazing because you were the thing that anybody remembers. First, they remember Howard Stern coming on and having the one-on-one with Magic, and that being a big deal. They remember that from the Magic Hour. But everything else from the show they don't remember except for Tommy Davidson, because you literally were the heart of that show. You became where everyone was like, holy shit, this show's entertaining now. And before that, it was shit.
And I was doing sketches.
Yeah.
I was doing like sketches with like the Playboy bunnies and all kind of stuff, man. I was killing it.
You definitely were.
You know what, Magic? Magic, if you just let me sit in the chair, it'll mean millions to you. You know what I mean? But he didn't want to get up.
So wait, did everything come down? Did everything come down to what Magic wanted, or was there TV executives, Fox people, other people coming around going, "Do you not see what the ratings are doing?" Because Tommy Davidson definitely gave him a ratings bump. There's no doubt in my mind that you gave him a ratings bump. People were watching the goddamn show; they weren't watching it before.
That's right. That's right. And bottom line is, that thing was starting to blow up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in the late night space, there's nothing now. But here's something interesting. You ready?
Yeah, good.
There's a late night show coming on BET. Okay.
Okay.
And it's coming on the same time slot as Kimmel and the other Jimmy, right?
Yeah.
And it's hosted by a guy who says, "Did you miss me?"
Nice.
And it's produced by Tommy Davidson and Martin Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So
how you like that?
I'm finally going to have something to watch on late night.
I'm trying to tell you.
I didn't.
Man, I hope so.
Because that was the whole point was they brought in Magic Johnson thinking that he was going to be the 7-foot-tall version of fucking Arsenio. All right, who's, by the way, not that short to begin with.
So true.
Yeah, so they bring him in thinking, we'll get the black audience. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll get the black because, everybody, blah, blah, blah. And they already had the bad taste in their mouth from Chevy Chase. Because Chevy Chase came on, he failed miserably, and we all knew he was gonna. Then they bring in the Magic Johnson. So Magic Johnson literally didn't know what the fuck he was doing the whole time he was on there. He couldn't pronounce words. There's a famous clip. Michael Clark Duncan is the guest, right? And the movie was Armageddon, right? He's on the air going, from the new movie, Abadabadabadon, Craig, what's his word? He didn't pronounce Armageddon correctly. Now, that's the host of your show. So, literally, after they fire Craig Shoemaker for saying something stupid in the press, he gets shit-canned. Right, but even though Craig Shoemaker brings in, I believe he tried to work an angle where he brought in Sam Jackson, trying to have a huge guest on the show and bring it in and make numbers and everything. They still kick Craig out. They're like, Craig, get the fuck out of here. You're stupid. Get out. So they kick him out. They brought in some other guy who was already working there to be like, kind of like Magic's sidekick, but he wasn't as good as they needed it to be. So when you were in doubt, and you need a very funny man, you call Tommy Davidson. Tommy then becomes the sidekick for Magic, but then he takes over the show because it's like playing, literally, if he played, I just threw my pencil at you. If he played Magic Johnson in one-on-one in basketball, he'd lose. But you're playing one-on-one comedy against Tommy Davidson. What are you, fucking stupid? Of course you're going to lose.
He had no business having a job in the first place.
Yeah, it's 11-0.
Yeah. And that's why I said you have
11-0.
Yeah.
You have great talent but bad executives.
Exactly.
And a lot of them don't have no business in those positions, bro. They putting people into jobs that don't belong there. You know what I mean? It's like when you looked at the Vibe show, when they had the Vibe magazine show.
Yeah.
They had Chris Spencer in there in the beginning. He was not funny.
No.
Sinbad had to come in and save the show
Exactly.
for what it was, for the time he had it, But, this is what they do, man. It's why it's really looking at these executives because they inherit these jobs. They're not getting it on their talent. They inherit these jobs.
Exactly.
There's my son, my niece, my cousin, this and that kind of shit. So,
Yep. And what they're doing is, what's happening to TV is that you've got shows like Pimple Popper. So it's just turned into like or ex-wives, black ex-wives, white ex-wives that calling each other bitch the whole episode.
Hey, that's my favorite show, Tommy. All right, I love ex-wives who call each other bitches. That's a good show. It's on Lifetime. It's great. All right, please.
They got to be a little younger. It should be called Cougar Wars.
Cougar Wars would be fucking awesome. See, Tommy, you got a production company. Come on, let's make this shit happen. Cougar Wars.
That's cool.
How great would that be?
Got to get that funding, bro.
Damn right. Well, now I'm excited about this BET project that you just let out. You're also, by the way, you're here on the show today to talk about the Proud Family. The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder on Disney Plus. So you're back at the helm being the dad on the Proud Family, right?
Oh, yeah. After 20 years, man, we're back. And this time it's different. It's Disney Plus. So we're number one in the world. Yeah. Not just in the States.
No, in the world.
In the world. In the world. Yeah, and I've been doing voiceovers for a long time, man. I did Ren and Stimpy. I did The Simpsons. I've been voicing for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, Tommy. You're what we call fucking talented.
I was reading the comments on something on online, and they were talking about talent and this, that, and the other thing, and it was obviously a white guy, and he makes the comment. He goes, "Hey, man, he's certainly more talented than that Puffy guy." You know what I mean?
That Puffy guy.
Yeah.
Because Diddy was so hot.
I agree with that.
He's certainly more funny than that Diddy guy.
Fucking white people. Fucking things up for everybody. Horrible sons of bitches. Well, speaking of white people, do you still fucking talk to Jim Carrey?
Ah, man, Jim Carrey was my best friend then and now.
Good. All right. That's what I like to hear. I like to hear that.
Oh yeah, man. We started at the Comedy Store years ago.
Nice.
And he just told me this for the first time, and we've known each other for 30 years. He told me, "Hey, man, when you first went on the stage at the Comedy Store,
yeah,"
he said, "I quit.
Wow.
I quit.
Wow.
I went home and I stayed home for like 6 months. And I finally went back to the club." He said, and I said, "Why don't you tell me that?" He said, "I don't know, man." He said, "But everything you did was 10 times better than I did."
Yeah.
And he just told me that.
You are. I was going to say you were, but you still are an amazing stand-up. And I did a little research. Let me point out something. The first time in the Comedy Store, correct me if I'm wrong, the first time in the Comedy Store where you played the main room, right? Where you were the middle for Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor.
For 4 shows, Friday and Saturday.
Boom!
Okay.
Now, if they don't think about that. They don't think if that is the measure of a man at that point, because you've been practicing, you've been busting your ass. And then they're like, the main room of the Comedy Store, and now you're going to middle for 2 of the biggest acts in the history of comedy.
I was like Iverson in the All-Star game, his first All-Star game.
Give me the rock. Come on.
Give me the rock.
Give me the rock. I'm going to school.
And check it out. We were sitting in the little hovel that we got, and all the stars go to the green room, and that's where all the chicks are and the food and this thing. Richard Pryor found his way to me. He looked me up and down like some strange kind of animal. He shook his head and said, "Man, you're a funny motherfucker." And walked away.
Yeah.
I called my mom on the phone. I called my mom on the phone and was like, guess what just happened? She said, I told you not to leave. Because she had sent me a $20 bill and a letter, and the letter just said, I know you need the 20, and do not leave.
There you go.
I wasn't wanting to leave. I was catching
There
the
you
bus.
go.
I was not getting in the main room. And I was killing everywhere I went. So I was just like, man, I can go back and get my job at the Ramada Inn, man. It's crazy.
But isn't that some shit when you're working your way up? Like, literally, you have all the... People don't understand that we get the same doubts. The artist... And I'm not trying to compare myself to Tommy Davidson or Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy or anybody.
An artist is an artist.
An artist is an artist. And when you're out there trying to perform and you get that fucking doubt creeps in, that your brain goes, you should go home. Mm-hmm. You ain't going to ever be as good as X, Y, and Z, Tommy Davidson, for the instance that's in front of us right now.
You get that feeling.
Oh, you get that feeling, motherfucker. That's the worst goddamn feeling I've ever had in my life. I get that a lot, too, because if you haven't made it, quote unquote, with the air quotes, you haven't made it yet. Mm-hmm. You're looked at as like a failure by everybody else, but meanwhile, you're just waiting for your spot to middle in the main room. That's what you're waiting on.
Oh, yeah.
That's why when I heard that story, I'm like, this motherfucker busted his ass. Tommy Davidson busted his ass, and someone said he is good enough to stand forth amongst the gods of comedy and be their middleman, not the host, not the MC. He did a set, 4 fucking shows, and hung with the big boys because he knew he could do it. Somebody just has to open that door and let you in and let you into the main room and let you middle. That's all I want. I want to fucking middle. I don't want to freaking... I'll headline later. Mm-hmm. Let me middle now. God damn it. I'll middle for Stern and everybody else in the world of radio.
Guess who did it? It was Mitzi. Mitzi, the owner.
Yeah, Mitzi Shore.
She told me years later, I know that you thought I was a bitch, but I always make the best ones wait.
Yep. Oh, dude, Mitzi Shore, the owner and
more.
No, but Mitzi, by the way, Pauly Shore's mom, anyone playing along who doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about here. By the way, talking to Tommy Davidson here on the Ham Radio Show, who's at an Amish B&B. Uh-huh. So just that by itself, I'm picturing him around, just going shaboing boing, and someone stroking their beard out the window.
I'm here dealing drugs, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. No. Well, you got my address. The point is that, like, you have Pauly Shore's mom, who literally guided the careers of a lot of people, and it came down to Mitzi telling you when it was your time. I need a Mitzi in my life. Yep. You need a Mitzi sometimes in your life to tell you when it's your time. And that was Tommy's time. And then from that day on, you know that Tommy Davidson skyrocketed. I mean, it was how he got the spot. He did his deal, and then, I mean, he's selling drugs right now, so times are hard. But he's out there, man. In between, running the stage with Cat Williams, he is now selling drugs. So things sometimes hit a bump. I mean, it's a key bump, and he charges by the gram, but it's a bump, nonetheless.
Okay.
And you'll get out there, and you'll be fine. But he goes out there, and that's the opening. It takes that opening for it to happen. The Proud Family doesn't happen without that middle. In Living Color doesn't happen without that middle.
None of it
happens.
Yeah.
And I just think because of politics sometimes, the people who should be superstars are not. They don't get the credit that they should get. And bro, and not, like, just, trying to soup you up or nothing, but I think you're comedy genius or entertainment genius because you created characters, you funny, you can sing, you can act, you do it all. You understand? And so you don't see a lot of that. People think that's normal out there.
No.
Everyone can't do that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's very rare to see that.
Yeah.
So, brother, my hat's off to you, brother, and you earned everything you got, Untold brother, story. And deserve everything you get.
How about
and
this
more.
for Thank you, man. Appreciate it. How about this for an untold story? I went to Saturday Night Live first. Ooh. And I met with Lorne Michaels.
Yeah.
And he tried to trash me, man. In the room, just me and him.
Get out.
Yeah, he told me, hey, man, first of all, I'm not looking for a black comic, okay? he said, second of all, Eddie Murphy was a mistake. You know, and he's talking to me, and I'm there for an audition, and he's sitting down behind his desk giving me this speech, right?
Yeah.
So when he was done, I said, man, you know, I've worked at restaurants and you know, all my teen life, right? And I said, I know when the manager comes in, a new manager comes in, everybody gets fired, you know? And so I got to jump on you. One, if you think that you don't need a black comic, you don't need me because I was born this way, right? And then secondly, if you think Eddie Murphy was a mistake, then what's your show about, really? Because he brought up your rating.
Yeah.
And then third, fuck you, man.
And thirdly, kiss my black ass.
And what talent do Lauren Michaels have?
I don't know.
Yeah, no fucking talent.
No.
You know, what talent is to sit there and tell somebody what they are? They shit. All of a sudden, you know, because you got lucky with a few people you got up there.
Lauren Michaels is the best Canadian midget in the game today. Okay.
And when I tell that story, the media looks at me like I'm making a mistake. I was 19.
Yeah.
I was 19 years old, and this guy tried to trash me right in my face, man. I would never do that to a kid.
No. And especially a kid that's out there trying to, like, you know, he was good enough to get the audition. So obviously, like, because they don't just go, hey, just show up for SNL. They go out and they scout and they find the best to put out there. And if he didn't see that, Lauren Michaels is a moron. I mean, he has dropped the ball more times than anything. That's why NBC's late night division, because he runs it, is shit.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, look at the Tonight Show.
Chance if he wants.
Yeah. He's got a second chance.
He's got a second chance if he wants it. You know what I mean?
Do you want me now, Lauren? Do you want me now? The only thing, I know we got to wrap this up. I have to bring up one thing, because by far, the greatest thing to me, one of the greatest characters that you did on In Living Color, was the guy, one half of Funky Finger Productions.
Oh man!
Yeah.
You're talking about Howard Tibbs III.
Oh Jesus Christ,
yeah,
Tommy!
I need my business card. Bam!
Yeah, okay. I wanted to. That's the one thing I want to end this interview on, but I have to ask you this: where the fuck did you figure that? Because that literally would stop the show and give you like a 3-minute laugh break. Because, like, it was, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. It was him and David Alan Grier, and they would play, like, sleazy production guys, like, agents, behind-the-scenes shits. And they had no money. They were working out of, like, boiler rooms and shit. It was just hysterical. But Tommy had the best fucking, the thing that, I mean, don't get me wrong, David Alan Grier, phenomenal comedic, dramatic performer. He's one of the greatest thespians that's Broadway performer. He's a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
So he carried his part well. But the fucking legendary thing that Tommy Davidson, and this is like where you find a comedic gem, and this is that comedic gem, Joe. He literally would do this bit where they would talk about giving the business card, and it was in every sketch because they knew it was so good that he would just go, oh, let me give you my business card. And David Alan Grier would say that. So that was the setup. Tommy was just sitting there going like this, like he'd feel around his fucking thing, and then he'd literally go, BAM! And scare the shit out of whoever he was performing. And it was hilarious. And would give you a 3-minute laugh break. Because the audience would just be fucking cracking the fuck up, laughing their asses off, and Tommy literally just going, BAM! And scaring the shit out of the person. Oh, so good. So good. Did you make, did that just come in a dream? How did you know to do that? Because that's the definition of comedy right there.
That's what I'm talking about, though.
Oh, so good.
Man, listen, the way I started comedy, I was asked by a friend of mine just to go and try it at the worst freaking strip club in Washington, D.C. I finally get up there, and he says, and the manager says, go ahead, you got 5 minutes. And I look at my friend Howard, and I go, well, what am I supposed to do, man? He said, I don't give a shit what you do. Just say something on the mic. And from the first thing I said, people laughed, and I swear to God, I'm on the radio with you guys now.
Wow.
It was always there.
Yeah, it's always there, and you can tell that. I know we got to wrap this up. Tommy Davidson, by the way, thank you for being on the fucking program. You don't even understand how awesome it is for us to have you on this show. We're so grateful for you to be here.
Feel good,
dude. Honest to God, you have done us a mitzvah. You have done this is a great thing. Tommy Davidson, by the way, Louder and Prouder, the Proud Family on Disney Plus. That's happening. Also on tour right now with Cat Williams. Ooh. So if you want to see a show where you're going to piss your pants. Mm-hmm. I mean, think about it. Tommy Davidson and Cat motherfucking Williams. Mm-hmm. I'd love Cat. Oh God. Cat Williams, another genius, just a genius. They're geniuses.
Oh,
There's no two ways about it. Yeah. So the tour is called Two Fucking Geniuses. That's what it should be called. Two fucking geniuses. Just amazing.
And don't forget my music. I'm in the music. I'm in the music industry now too.
He's in the music industry. What can't this man do?
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
I just came off my second single called "I Know" with Richard Elliott, the saxophone player.
Nice.
And my first one was with Dave Koz. Mm-hmm. So I'm feeling really good, man. All right. Day before my birthday, you guys are pumping me up. I love it. Thank you.
You know what? Happy birthday.
Brother, did I call it or not? I call it or not, brother?
What, when you were singing out the bathroom with the OJs?
When I was talking about his genius.
Oh, he's a genius.
That's what I'm saying.
There is no doubt about it.
Everything. You know how difficult that is to come by when you could do everything, bro? Everything.
Everything
in entertainment,
old school vaudeville type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything.
Yeah,
sure do appreciate it, man.
Tommy Davidson, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. He does everything.
Yeah, you know.
He's got 42 jobs.
Yo, they got a lot of comedians out there
that can't hold it.
That suck monkey balls, bro. You know? They suck monkey balls, bro.
This just in: comedians suck monkey balls. Tommy Davidson, not one of them.
That's right.
Yeah. Everyone.
Hey, man. I do comedy at the speed of the audience, okay?
Damn right.
I do it at the speed of the audience. I'm laughing when they're laughing.
Damn right.
That's a phenomenon.
You hear that, Lorne Michaels? Go suck a dick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You foolish man.
That came from me. Round of applause for Tommy Davidson. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Thank you, Tommy, for being on the show, brother.
Thank y'all so much, man. And more coming.
Okay.
Damn right. Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bro. And,
thank you, man. What a great birthday present, man.
Continued success, brother.
You gave us the gift, sir. You gave us the gift. Thank you, man.
Oh, man. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
All right,
go deal some
Appreciate
drugs to the Amish.
Yeah, they need it, man.
Exactly. I'm eating chitlins. In front of the Amish.
Yeah, they're going to need it.
You know what? Blow their minds. Chitlins and collard greens as you pee on one of their barns. Go do it.
I tell you one thing. It's easy to find a virgin in there.
Yeah, it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Davidson. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, guys, man. Have a good night.
All right, man. Take care, bro.